Dear students, welcome to my lecture series of Basic Electrical Engineering. In today's lecture, we are going to discuss about magnetic circuit. So magnetic circuit is a closed path followed by the flux lines. In a magnet, around a magnet we have a magnetic field, and that magnetic field is actually consists of magnetic lines of force. So the whole path through which the flux is actually flowing is called as magnetic circuit. It consists of air and it may consist of some other materials also. So actually magnetic circuit provides a path for magnetic flux, just as an electric circuit provides a path for flow of electric current. So let us discuss some of the basic terms related to the magnetic circuits. The first one is magnetomotive force, which is called as MMF. So magnetic motive force is actually the product of current and the number of turns. It is the quantity which is responsible for the production of magnetic flux. So F, it is denoted by F, it is equal to number of turns multiplied by current. Its unit is ampere turns. Its dimension is only ampere, but its unit is ampere turns, since N has no units. So the flux is a flux in a magnetic circuit is established by the presence of MMF. So it is the force, or you can say this is the quantity responsible for the production of magnetic flux. So now next term is magnetic field intensity. Magnetic field intensity is defined as the MMF per unit length of the magnetic flux path. So according to the definition, it is the ratio of MMF to the mean length path of the magnetic circuit. So magnetic field intensity is denoted by H. It is equal to MMF upon per unit length. So number of turns multiplied by current divided by L. So its unit will be ampere per meter. Magnetic field intensity is also called as magnetic field strength and or magnetizing force. So there are two other names of magnetic field intensity, and that is magnetic field strength or magnetizing force. Next term is permeability. Every substance has certain ability to allow magnetic flux to pass through it. So basically the permeability is the measure of ability of a material to allow the magnetic flux to pass through it. The amount of magnetic flux that is passing through a material is actually dependent upon how that material is allowing the magnetic flux to pass through it. Okay. So permeability is the measure of that ability. It can be calculated as the ratio of flux density produced in a material to the magnetic field strength. So it is denoted by mu, which is equal to B by H. B is magnetic field strength or magnetic flux density, and H is magnetic field intensity or magnetic field strength. So permeability may be of two type. One is called as permeability of free space, that is denoted by mu naught, and the ability and the value of this mu naught is 4 pi into 10 to the power minus 7 Henry per meter is the unit of mu. Next is relative permeability. Relative permeability is the ratio of absolute permeability of a medium to the absolute permeability of free space. So from here we can say mu is equal to mu r into mu naught, where mu is the absolute permeability of the medium. Next term is reluctance. Reluctance is the opposition offered to the magnetic flux by the magnetic circuit. So when magnetic flux is flowing the material offers some resistance or some opposition to the magnetic flux. So that opposition offered by the material to the magnetic flux is called as reluctance. And reluctance is directly proportional to the length of the magnetic flux path and inversely proportional to the area of cross section. So S is proportional to L by A. If we combine these two results, it will be S proportional to, it is denoted by S. The reluctance is denoted by S. So S is proportional to L by A. So if we remove this proportionality sign, so 1 upon mu. Mu is the absolute permeability of the medium. So S is equal to 1 upon mu into L by A. Now we can also derive some formula which relates the reluctance, MMF and flux. We know that H, that is magnetic field intensity, is the ratio of MMF upon MMF per unit length. So from that formula we can say F MMF is equal to H into L. H we know it is the B by mu. Mu is equal to B by H, so H is equal to B by mu. And B is called as flux density, flux per unit area. So flux per unit area we put in place of B, flux by area. So now from here we can say L upon A into mu. L upon A into mu is actually S, that is reluctance. So S into phi. So the formula will be S into phi. So F is equal to S into phi. From here we can say S, that is reluctance, is equal to MMF upon flux. And the unit of flux is Weber. And this F is ampere. F is number of turns into current. So number of turns and got no unit. So ampere per meter. So I upon phi. So ampere per Weber. And it is also called as Siemens. The unit of S is also Siemens. So next point that we are going to discuss in magnetic circuit is analogy between magnetic circuit and electric circuit. In electric circuit, current is equal to E by R, where E is called as EMF or voltage and R is called as resistance. In the similar manner, in case of magnetic circuit, flux is equal to MMF upon reluctance. Also, in electric circuit, resistance is denoted by rho L by A, which is very similar to the reluctance, which is equal to 1 upon mu L by A. So this is the analogy between electric and magnetic circuit. In magnetic circuit, MMF, it is analogous to EMF in electric circuit. Magnetic flux of magnetic circuit is analogous to current in electric circuit. Reluctance in magnetic circuit is analogous to resistance in case of electric circuit. And magnetic field intensity H is analogous to electric field density of electric field density of electric circuit. By analogy law of resistance in series and parallel also hold for reluctance. By analogy, law of resistance in series and parallel also hold for reluctances also. So in series, resistances are added like R1 plus R2 plus R3 plus ... Rn. In the similar manner, the reluctance S equivalent is equal to S1 plus S2 plus S3 and so on if S1, S2, S3 are in series. And in parallel, it is 1 upon S equivalent is equal to 1 upon S1 plus 1 upon S2 plus 1 upon S3 plus ... 1 upon Sn. Okay, so now we are going to discuss some of the commonly used magnetic circuits. So you can see very clearly this consists of some magnetic material. This is a ring which consists of some magnetic material. So this magnetic material has got some reluctance and we have wound some wire over the material which consists of number of turns as N. If current I is flowing through this wire, it produces a flux phi. So this can be represented in a circuit manner like this. F is the MMF, which is equal to number of turns multiplied by current, and flux phi is the phi which produced due to the F, and this SI means the reluctance of iron path. If we call this ring is of iron, so iron path reluctance. In the second case, an air gap has been created in the ring. So the air has got different reluctance as compared to the reluctance of the iron. So these two reluctances which are offered here to the flux will be in series. So this circuit can be represented like this. F is the number of turns multiplied by current, and SI is the reluctance of the iron path, okay, and SG is the reluctance of the gap, okay. One very important thing we need to understand here while doing numerical problems, for S we need to find the length of the path, okay. So for calculating SI, the length of the path will be from here to here, the path or the length of the path inside the iron. This is iron path. So we only take the length of the circuit from here to here, okay. Now in case of gap length, we take L as this LG, okay. I'll discuss it more in numerical problems, okay. And the third very commonly used magnetic circuit is like this. So we can see from here that this is F, and from here to here this is the length of the magnetic circuit L1, and the length from here to here is L3, and this is L2. So the reluctance offered by L2, L3 and L1 are shown like this. So S2 and S3 are shown in parallel, while this S1 is in series. If L2 and L3 are equal, if S2 and S3 are equal, then this flux phi 2 and phi 3 will be equal. So we can say that phi 2 is equal to phi 3 is equal to phi by 2. If L2 is equal to L3, okay. Also A1 is equal to L2, and the next A2 is equal to A3. If the area of cross section and the length is same, so we can say that phi 1 is equal to phi 3, phi 2 is equal to phi 3, which is equal to the half of the flux, where phi 1 is taken as phi, okay. So these are some of the basic concepts related to magnetic circuit. Now in the next lecture we are going to solve some numerical problems based on magnetic circuit. Thank you very much.